Mike, check. Justin Hunt. It's all happening. Thank you to everybody rocking with the channel. Thank you to everybody subscribed through the channel who shared a video, shared a link. It's priceless. Big thank you to everyone who's donated. If you'd like to donate, hit the Cash App right there or the link in the description. And big thank you to everyone who's joining the Discord. Big shout out to Lils. Big shout out to Fly Science and Javen holding it down over there and everyone in that community. We have a lot of great hip hop discussions in there. So there's a link in the description there if you'd like to join too. And big shout out to everybody who's as excited at the Drake UMG lawsuit being dismissed. 9-second applause. Word up. Now, I went live yesterday, and so it was about a 2-hour live. Check it out if you missed it. We actually go through the entire document. And so there's a lot of very interesting things that haven't necessarily been covered in the news or on social media. And so if you're really looking to see how this case went and how the judge's dismissal was determined, take a look at the link in the description as well. And we have a good time with us in there. So it was a fun live stream. And it was my first time going live by myself too. So 1 second applause to me. All right, so, and since then, I mean, the social media conversation has been pretty incredible. So this piece right here is just the reactions, just a whole bunch of reactions that I thought were pretty hilarious. So let's take a look and have some fun with this. This first one here is Philip Lewis. I think everybody knows Philip Lewis if you've ever been on X, ever been on Twitter. He seems to be the foremost journalist. And here's his post. It's just announcing what happened. Drake's federal defamation suit against UMG has been thrown out of court. Okay, so that's what happened. First comment. Shout out to Dragonfly Jones. No more double meat at Chipotle for Aubrey's legal team. The man is suing a record label for pushing a hit record. Lawyers got that man saved in their phone as food, nigga. 1 second applause. That's what it looked like to me too, right? It looked like that to me. I'm like, this is a very difficult case. Now, of course, he's going to appeal. We'll see what happens next. But he had a lot of hurdles he had to get over. And here's one of the first ones that always stood out to me. Drake sued over Kendrick saying something that he told Kendrick to say, right? Because in Taylor Made Freestyle, Drake says, tell him about me liking young girls as a gift for me. And then so by the time you get to say, Drake, I hear you like them young, it's like Drake is telling him to do that. And then on The Hard Part 6, Drake says, we fed you the information. So it was a hard argument to make in the first place. He should have known that this was going to be an incredibly high hurdle to climb in a court of law. The judge did her homework. It's all happening. 1 second applause. To me. Check out Joey. Shout out to Joey from Gotham Hip Hop. 1 second applause. He says, the stupidest part of that lawsuit, in my opinion, was Drake claiming Not Like Us was defamation after dropping Family Matters. It's like getting in a fight and then complaining that you got beat up worse. Right, right, because Family Matters is really the tipping point. Then you get Meet the Grams, and then you get Not Like Us, and then it was a wrap. 1 second applause to Joey. Let's take a look at this one next. This one is from Zito. Shout out to Zeech. She says, Drake losing a rap beef on the charts, the streets, and in court. Look at this meme.
Hey, that little boy is playing 3 games at once. Checkmate. 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 Bang.
I study rap battles for a living. 1 second applause. Let's check this one right here. This is from Capital Q. He says, Drake sacrifices hip-hop credibility in an attempt to protect his status as a corporate entity, and all for nothing. This is truly not like us behavior. And I think in retrospect, too, when we look at some of the things that Pusha T was saying about Drake's impact on his ability to put music out while he was on UMG. As we know, Clips ended up leaving UMG because UMG wanted Clips, the group, to change Kendrick Lamar's verse on Chains and Whips. And in his GQ piece earlier this year, Pusha T was talking about how Drake had impact on other music he's tried to put out on UMG. And so Drake was playing the corporate game, and this lawsuit seemed like a part of it. So Capital Q's quote is apropos. Sacrifices hip-hop credibility in an attempt to protect his status as a corporate entity, and all for nothing. This is truly not like us behavior. 1 second applause. This one is funny. Oski Woski says, October's very own just got very owned. And then I said, in October. It's all happening. Can't get mad at me for putting my own tweets in here now. Dissect Podcast. Shout out to Dissect Podcast, one of the best podcasts when it comes to breaking down lyrics in general, period. Everybody should check them out. 1 second applause. Dissect Podcast says, them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. I think they speak for all of us. Glasses Malone, G Malone, 1 second applause. He says, sucker shit will never prosper. Book of Glasses, chapter 7, verse 7. Y'all know tomorrow we going up in the lunch hour. So that's today. So make sure you check out the lunch hour today. Glasses Malone's podcast, one of the most brilliant minds in music, period. Brilliant minds in hip hop culture. 1 second applause. Here's DJ Head. They tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Taking that quote from Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. Look at this meme down here. I'm sorry. The memes have been crazy this week. 1 second applause. This next one here is from Jason Martin. He says, I know y'all beige homie mad AF right now. A hit dog gon' holla. Hit dog gon' holla. I mean, this was announced late last year with the pre-action petition. Then it turned into an actual lawsuit earlier in the year. And so we're less than a year of having to go through this. And it's been dismissed, which I think is a big win for hip hop, for battle rap, a big win for artistic expression, a big win for freedom of speech. I'm not someone who supports rap lyrics being used in court as they have been in multiple RICO cases over the past decade plus. You know what I mean? And so I'm happy with the outcome. And hit dog gon' holler, because there's a lot of Drake fans, a lot of members of the OVO community that had a lot to say. We're going to get to some of theirs too. But shout out to Jason Martin. 1 second applause. Mustard, nothing but laughs. And look at this meme down here. It says, generational fall off. We calling that boy Sub-Zero from now on. 0 battles won, 0 singles off Iceman charting, 0 lawsuits won, 0 hits since 2023. I mean, I don't know if we can call him Sub-Zero. When it comes to 0 battles won, I guess maybe if you look at this since 2023, perhaps. He's still got a couple of victories under his belt. He's got Aristo, he's got Big Page, he's got Meek Mill. You know what I mean? He can still lean on those. I think he got Common. Most people say he didn't, but I think he did because Stay Scheming was everywhere. Things ain't been good since Meek Mill, though. 1 second applause. This one right here is from It's ARP. He's founder of Rare Breed, I think, the Battle Rap League. This is what he says, and I think this is really important. Drake's defamation case over Kendrick's Not Like Us has been tossed out by the judge. And for the moment, many of us feel glad that the art of battle rap is preserved. The art of battle rap. That's really what was at stake. Drake lost a battle, decided he wanted to jeopardize the entire art form for everyone. And fortunately, Judge Vargas saw through it. 1 second applause. Here's UMG's statement that they released yesterday. I read this in the live stream, but here's what they said again. From the outset, this suit was an affront to all artists and their creative expression and never should have seen the light of day. We're pleased with the court's dismissal and look forward to continuing our work successfully promoting Drake's music and investing in his career. Now this is done, let's get back to what we normally do. But look at what people said after this. Jasper says, I'm crying. They told him to get back to work. 1 second applause. This next one, Prince Angeles. Imagine suing your job, then having to report back to work on Monday. That's essentially what this is. 1 second applause to Prince Angeles. Really dope MC, really dope voice in general. King Wow says, UMG, drop and give me 50 new tours. Drop it, give me 50 new tours. 1 second applause. Now, Drake does look tired. Like Drake is, I'm not saying this to be derogatory, but he legitimately looks tired. And I feel like he's been touring his entire career. He has been on the road his entire career. He's been in Europe a lot of this year. I think he was in South America recently. He was in Australia recently. He put out 40-something new songs since last year. He really does need a break. And I'm not sure if he's going to get one soon. Reportedly, this is his last project with UMG, Iceman, reportedly. We'll see what he decides to do after that. But this court case won't be part of it because this was dismissed. So 1 second applause. Drop and give me 50 new tours. That's crazy. Here's the next one. Certified Boogeyman. Now, this is actually really funny. So when this pre-action petition first came out last year, King Jared, who is a Drake account, he says, people don't realize how strong of a case Drake has right now with UMG. That's what he said last year. Certified Boogeyman said, that's the famous Young Dolph meme here. That did not age well. 1 second applause to Certified Boogeyman. Follow him on Twitter if you haven't. He's a super funny account. Here's Screwface. He says, I ain't gonna lie. Cats bookmarked them OV hoes tweets for this exact day, and now they letting them choppers bust. My timeline is pure comedy right now. It was a fun day to be online yesterday. Fun night to be on this app. Fun night. But Screwface is not lying. Check this one out right here. This one is from Sky. Looks like it's an OVO fan. He's a member of the OVO sound community. He says, bookmark this for the future. Drake gonna win that lawsuit. Certified Bookie Man. Wake up, MFer! Wake up, MFer! That's so crazy. 1 second applause. Let's check this one right here. This is another one from Certified Boogie Man. Gordo. So this is a DJ and producer who's been working with Drake. Drake put out a couple of verses last year on Gordo's project. Gordo said, everything will come to light soon, and we are not accepting apologies. Certified Boogie Man. F apologies. I want to see y'all geeked up. Quoting Kendrick. Look at the meme. Making that man dance. Making that man dance. Oh, it's so crazy. 1 second applause. Let's check this next one right here. This one is from Ike Moses. Gotta hand it to him. First rapper to have a federal judge tell them they lost a battle. That's historic. This really is a historic moment. All right, we saw this earlier in one of those earlier tweets where he said he lost the battle, he lost in the streets, and he lost in the courtroom. He lost in so many places. This really is historic. I've seen a lot of people on my video, for example, saying this is worse than Ja Rule. Way worse than Ja Rule. Way worse than Ja Rule. This is the worst loss ever. And it's been compounded by the fact that he decided to sue. He's been dragging this out. To me, it's compounded by the fact that he decided to dedicate the Nokia video to a black and white version of the Not Like Us video, a poorly done one. That was a great standalone song. He could have done something completely separate from it. He's compounded this by coming back with the first song from Iceman, talking about what did I miss, and this entire Iceman rollout that's perplexing at best and boring, absolutely boring at worst. We're talking about 3-4 hours of video content and maybe 8-9 minutes of songs. Like there's no dialogue almost throughout this entire thing. We got weird Pinocchios and quarter vowels and empty swimming pools, and it's just not hitting. But he's still living in this space. He's still living in this space. And hopefully, maybe he can move forward. I know he said he's going to appeal, but
tomato.
That's just whack-tastic to me. Whack-tastic. Charles Brown, my man Charles Brown, he says, y'all having an emergency OVO Zoom call meeting tonight? They got to figure out the narrative to spin this devastating loss. Cash App's going to be flying everywhere. You're about to hear the greatest levels of cope you have ever heard in your life. Please check on Drake. He is not wrong. Shout out to Charles Brown. 1 second applause. Look at some of this cope over here. This is coperific. My man says, anytime Drake takes a huge public L, the first thing I do is check his subreddit. I do that too. Them cats over there are comedy. We'll come back with updates. Here's the update. Lawsuit loss means nothing. We still up for real. Iceman, still going to be monumental. Drake still has the same career. We out here sad about rage bait. You're not a real one if you care about them headlines. Shut the hell up and enjoy the show. I'm enjoying the show. 1 second applause to the show. It's really interesting, though, because this last Iceman, episode 3, did not get rave reviews, even from fans of Drake, even from OVO community. There's a lot of people saying, man, I'm trying, but Drake is making it so hard. He's making it so difficult. But this is what cope looks like. This loss means nothing. These guys last year, we just saw their tweets. You guys don't understand how strong of a case Drake really has against UMG. Hey, all this will come to light. And at the end of it, we're not taking apologies. Lawsuit loss means nothing. 1 second applause. Here's some more. This one right here says, according to well-known OVO J, Drake's lawsuit dismissal is a part of the plan. Now listen to this. Now, this is special. This is special right here to me. Listen to this one.
Well, it is. Hey, trust me. Hey, even those sentiments, at least the confused or sadder ones, I promise you, they're all misguided at this point because there's a plan. There was always a plan, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. But Trust me, keep it. Ain't no heads down or up. It ain't no reason for it because everything is going according to plan. That's what I'm gonna say for now. But yeah, hey, look at the jumbotron.
Everything is going according to plan. I guess we'll see. We shall see. I thought the plan was to win this. I thought the plan was to get $2 billion out of UMG and get his masters back. I thought the plan was we're winning game 2. Is this still game 2? Is this still game 2? Are we on game 3 now? I'm not sure what the plan is, but apparently this is all part of it. So shout out to Jay. 1 second applause. There's few things in the world more powerful than hope. King Wow says, has a Drake fan ever said, all right, I admitted he took an L, or is it just not genetically possible for them? That's a very good question. This is a repost from licensed Drake and Driver. It says, I don't know if the internet knows they should be scared right now. Drake has free reign to do whatever he wants now. There were too many legal ties that would prohibit him from doing certain things. It's all off the table now. Okay. Shout out to Joey from Gotham Hip Hop right here. He's the first comment. It says, not genetically possible. 1 second applause. You can see the coke though. Here's another one. They bought that MF judge. Drake needs to appeal and open it in a new state too. Well, he's definitely going to appeal, so she's not wrong about that, but you are coping. Here's the next one. It says, now they saying ish like, I'm glad he stood up for himself. It's effing pathetic. Because that's the problem. That's the problem to me, right? His version or this version of standing up for himself was jeopardizing free speech, artistic expression, hip hop, the foundation of hip hop, battle rap culture. The entire enterprise that he has built his empire off of. He didn't get what he wanted and was willing to put all of that in jeopardy. Put everything around that in jeopardy. There's a tweet I couldn't find, but that tweet said, Drake done lost this battle in the black way and the white way. Both sides of Drake have now got L's. This isn't standing up for himself. This is being a petulant, spoiled brat who is used to getting everything that he's ever wanted and had, for a legal entity, have to step in to save artistic expression, key covenants of hip-hop culture, battle rap culture, which are all things that he has personally built his wealth off of. There's no altruism in this. The worst part of this is, again, he's got all of us rooting for the Death Star, rooting for a major multinational oligarchical organization, rooting for that. That was a one-off, by the way. There's plenty of lawsuits that UMG got going on. I was looking at people talking about this Salt and Pepper UMG lawsuit. They're like, let's go Salt and Pepper. 1 second applause to Salt and Pepper. That's what this is. I'm glad he stood up for himself.
Tomato.
It's terrible. He started it. That's the funniest thing. He started all of this. He either started this off of the MTV saying Kendrick Lamar was the hottest rapper alive in 2011, or he started this because he couldn't handle the control verse. Which one? Which one? Jazzy, shout out to Jazzy. She is the illest. She says, they're going private. Man, watch out. These posts are protected. This is Champagne Poppy fan account. Drake's attorney. They're going private over there. They're not sure how to handle this. Shout out to My Mad Fantasy. They say, this is what happens when you base an entire lawsuit on random tweets and DJ academics. And that's really what was at the crux of a particular part of UMG's argument, Drake's team's argument. Now, we read, again, the entire filing yesterday. It's timestamped. Go take a look at it. But UMG's, one of the arguments that the judge said that Drake's team was not able to argue effectively was that the idea that there were bots that somehow, that one, they said they didn't prove the bots. Two, that she came out and directly said that you can't base the idea that Drake's brand has been damaged off of people tweeting and people on YouTube. You can't do that. Three, she also said, from a general business law standpoint, when it came to those accounts, those instances where people would search certified lover boy and then they would get not like us, for example, Drake's team also didn't make a very solid, compelling argument at all that said that the consumer was damaged in that process. They might be able to say that Drake was damaged or the artist themselves was damaged, but the consumer wasn't necessarily damaged, i.e. they didn't have to pay more because they accidentally heard the wrong song, i.e. they didn't, there wasn't, some sort of material damage that the consumer experienced, we experience as consumers when it comes to AI not playing the right song. I ask for songs all the time and they get it wrong. I just have to do it again. Right. So, but their filing had so many random tweets and so many podcasters, including academics, including Screwface Jean, including Joe Budden. My Mad Fancy got it right. This is what happens when you base an entire lawsuit on random tweets and DJ academics. 1 second applause. Here's the next one. It says, Drake's going to be a billionaire, in quotes. Drake will own Kendrick's masters when this is over with. Drake keeps the lights on at UMG, 10-9-25. Case dismissed. He speaks for all of us. 1 second applause. This one right here. This one's from the Rock Supremacy. Drake and Nicki fans been saying wait until for years now. Always talking about somebody's karma is coming. Have y'all ever stopped to think that their L's is their karma? I like that one. 1 second applause. Something to think about. Last two. Friday Ricky Dread. My man Friday Ricky Dread says, real talk, bruh. You forced us to care about this ish way longer than we wanted to because of a dumb lawsuit. We rationalized, goalposts moved, and gave you the benefit of the doubt. Now the case is dismissed, and you effing with Canada's reputation. Enough already. We're over it. Here's the problem. After you make it harder for the rest of us, you just go back to your mansion to lick your wounds while the rest of us still struggle to make it. Friday Ricky Dread ain't happy. He is not happy at Drake. He is not happy what Drake is doing to Canada's reputation. He's not happy about being a Drake supporter, a Drake fan, who is now put in a compromising position again because this didn't work out the way that they've all been promoting it. Shout out to my man Friday. 1 second applause. And here's the last one. I think this wraps it up. Kendrick Lamar's run. This is from Slim Wop. Kendrick Lamar's run. Won the beef, made a hit record, dropped a successful album, performed at the Pop-Out, won the Grammys, performed at the Super Bowl, went on a successful global stadium tour, won the lawsuit that proves no bots were used. I mean, what more is there to say? What more is there to say? 1 second applause to Slim Wop. And 1 second applause, because that is an incredible winning streak. That's a losing strike. That's a winning streak right there. It's all happening. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Are there any other reactions that you saw that stood out to you? And let me know what you think about this case and this verdict. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow at The Company Man on everything, including The Company Man podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.